Dricus du Plessis is going to destroy Kamaru Usman tomorrow night. You guys can mark my words right now. We're going to be going over the whole main card of UFC Fight Night with du Plessis versus Kamaru Usman. Yeah, let's get right into it. Obviously, we're going to start off with the main event. We're going to go work our way down. Only going to do the main card. This card's not too stacked. I don't want to get too much into it. All that will be on my TikTok when I go live. I'll have my full picks, and I'll be going live on YouTube with the full pick breakdowns. Here we go. So the main fight, obviously, is Kamaru Usman versus Dricus du Plessis. Guys, Kamaru Usman, I know in the past 11 years has only lost to Leon Edwards and what's his name? Hamzat Chimaev, right? I'm like 99% sure those are his only two losses. Obviously, he lost to Leon Edwards by the head kick knockout, and then he rematched him and he lost by decision, and then he moved up to middleweight on short notice, fought Hamzat Chimaev, and he lost by decision. And he looked pretty good. But now he is older. He did beat hungry Joaquin Buckley. But at the same time, dude, it's more just like Dricus du Plessis. I think he just had a terrible night versus Hamzat Chimaev, and that's why he got, dominated for 5 rounds. But other than that, I mean, like I said, we could take a look at his record right here. I mean, other than that, bro, yeah, he lost to Hamzat Chimaev by decision. Before that, beat Sean Strickland the second fight, clear as day. A lot of people are gonna say, that was close. I mean, not really. The first one was. The first one could have went either way. Obviously, the first fight they gave it to what's his name? To Dricus du Plessis, but it was close. And then obviously before that, I mean, in the middle of those two fights at Edgel Adesanya, he was pretty much losing a little bit, and then he got a silly takedown, how he always does, and then obviously what ended up happening is he got a submission. But look at his win streak before that, bro. I mean, Robert Whitaker, Darren Till there, Brad Tavares. I can't even see from here, but Derek Brunson, Trevin Giles. I mean, this guy has beaten a lot of fucking people, bro. He's bro. The reason why Dricus du Plessis is so good because his size. He's such a big middleweight. Like he looks like he's a natural light heavyweight, but he's really middleweight. And I just think he's gonna be way too much for Kamaru Usman. Not necessarily on the feet, he's gonna be like a world beater, but I think his awkwardness mixed in with his power is gonna be the reason why he's gonna be able to hurt Kamaru Usman on the feet. I'm not saying he's gonna stand there and strike with him and look brilliant because he never really does, but I do believe his power, his unorthodox style of striking, and just his pure size and strength is going to stun Kamaru Usman a couple times in the fight. I am going to take him by finish. I'm not sure if he's going to get a submission or knock him out, but I am going to take him by finish 100%. The only thing that's kind of scary about the fight is that Kamaru Usman's offensive wrestling is obviously excellent. Not as great as it once was, but it's still very good. Look what he did to Joaquin Buckley. But, Dricus du Plessis, a lot of people will be like, oh, his defensive wrestling sucks. I mean, it's against Hamzat Chimaev. The guy has the most intimidating, aggressive, powerful takedowns in the sport. I know he just lost to Sean Strickland, but you know what I'm saying? He's hard. He's the best guy at, getting people to the mat no matter what. So you kind of got to cut Dricus du Plessis a little past there because everyone gets taken down by Hamzat Chimaev. And Kamaru Usman at this state in his career is not going to be able to ragdoll Dricus du Plessis, pick him up, throw him in the air, keep him on the ground for 5 minutes around like Hamzat Chimaev did. It's just not going to happen. You can mark my words. My point is, if you will see some exchanges where Kamaru Usman will get Dricus down probably here and there, but I think Dricus he's going to be way too strong and powerful, and his size, he's just going to be able to get back up no problem. I think he's going to come in dialed this fight. I think we're going to see a great performance from Dricus du Plessis. I think it's going to be a phenomenal performance. Whether he gets the finish or not, if the fight goes to decision, it's going to be clear as day. Like that's how I feel about this fight. I think it's going to be clear as day winning for Dricus du Plessis. I mean, bro, I think, he's the only guy that can give Sean Strickland a run for his money. I mean, he's beat the guy twice, right? He's the only guy that can give him Sean Strickland a run for his money at the division. Right now, you got Sean Strickland. He's going up against probably Nasruddin Amayov. If not him, maybe a Hamzat rematch, but I doubt they do that. It looks like Sean Strickland announcement's coming really soon. He's been very active on social media. I guess we'll see that soon. Maybe after this fight is what they're waiting for. Maybe if, Dricus du Plessis puts on a phenomenal performance, we'll get the trilogy. Or maybe if Kamaru Usman, well, not somehow, anything's possible, but if Kamaru Usman wins, Kamaru Usman has a great argument to ask for a title shot over Nasruddin. He really does. So, and before you guys think about, if you think about it, what's it called? Kamaru Usman and Sean Strickland fought at 170. Kamaru Usman beat him. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that's why this fight's so interesting, because whoever wins has a true claim to the title shot. Will they give it to Dricus even though he's beat him 2-0? I don't know, but how can you avoid Dricus getting a title shot if he were to beat Kamaru Usman. I know Kamaru Usman's most of his work was done at 170, and the only fight he had at 185 he lost. But it's still Kamaru Usman at the end of the day. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the all-time great welterweights ever. You know what I'm saying? He's a top 15, top 20 fighter of all time. So, and if I think Dricus is gonna win, and I feel like you have to give him a title shot. I mean, I could look at the UFC rankings, but I don't have it pulled up. But yeah, dude. Like I just think I don't know. I think Dricus du Plessis is just gonna run through him, bro. I just have that feeling, dude. That's what I feel like. And then if you take a look at Kamaru Usman's record, like we said, he lost. He beat Joaquin Buckley. It was like a very, very, great performance. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, he took him down, kept him there for pretty much all 5 rounds. But on the feet, he did look a little sloppy. If you guys remember that fight, don't forget, like Buckley on the feet was landing. And I'm not saying like Kamaru Usman's gonna get like to be a striking clinic, from Dricus du Plessis, but don't be surprised if Dricus du Plessis is standing on the feet and he's fucking putting the paws on homeboy. Like it could happen. Like that's what Joaquin Buckley was doing. If Usman's gonna have to come in with a hard, aggressive wrestling base to have a chance to win this fight. If he's gonna sit there and stand with Dricus, he's gonna lose. I'm telling you that right now. He's gonna get knocked out. Then obviously, before the Joaquin Buckley fight, he fought Khamzat Chimaev. It was a majority decision. It was close, I think Khamzat won rounds 1 and 3 pretty single-handedly. And then before that, I mean, look, he's not active. I mean, look, he's fought once in 2025, didn't fight all of 2024, fought twice in 2023, once in 2022, then in 2021 he was super active. But yeah, back to it. I mean, the Leon Edwards fight, the third one, technically, he looked like a shell of himself. It looked like he was scared in there. I'm not saying he's scared to fight Leon Edwards. He just looked scared of getting knocked out again. So it looked like he was just very cautious, and that kind of made him fucking, give up rounds. He was just tossing rounds to Leon Edwards, and that's why he lost the decision. Then before that, he was pretty much pound for pound #1 fighter in the world, on his way to all-time great status, top 3, top 5 GOATs. He just had to beat Leon Edwards, and look what happened. He fucking shacked the last 50 seconds of the fight. He got a head kick knocked out, and that derailed his whole career. And then obviously before that, you got the Colby Covington fight, smoked him. Jorge Masvidal knocked him out. Gilbert Burns knocked him out with the jab. Jorge Masvidal, the first one, dominating him for 5 rounds. Before that, the Colby fight where he knocked him out, I believe, in the 5th round. Yeah, 5th round. He smacked his jaw. And then, he won the title against Tyron Woodley. Crazy win streak. Like, he's an all-time great fighter. Let's not like forget. Kamaru Usman is one of the greatest to ever do it in his peak of his prime. Like, when he was about to fight Leon Edwards, like after the Covington fight, and he was scheduled to fight Leon Edwards for the second time, there was talks like, beating Leon Edwards and fighting one more guy, he's top 5 GOAT, or he's top 3 GOAT. Like, those talks were legit. Like, prime Kamaru Usman was a freak of nature. He had the best, he had excellent cardio. He had insane power when he needed it. He could wrestle like fucking no one else. He was just dominant, dude. And he had a chin. Because remember in the Colby fights, he was getting touched up. The Burns fight, he was getting touched up. Like, he has a chin, bro. So my whole point is, it's a great win for Dricus if he gets it. Kamaru Usman is on the tail end of his career. He is older. He has the weak knees, as a lot of people say. But I think it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be very high level. These are some of the 2 best guys that the sport can offer at that division. Even though Dricus looks a bit sloppy, he's still fucking excellent. I love watching Dricus du Plessis fight. He's so fun. But yeah, my final pick for the fight, give me Dricus by finish. I would say knockout more than submission. And then if it's not, it's going to be a dominant decision. It's going to be an all-time great performance, I feel like, from Dricus du Plessis coming up in this fight. Moving on, we have Jared Cannonier, versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Cannonier's in this weird spot. How old is this dude? I want to say he's close to 40, right? Let me make sure, guys. Hold up. I'm sorry. I wonder if it even shows me on here. Maybe it don't. But yeah, dude. I mean, he's close to 40. His last fight against MVP, he lost by decision. You can't beat MVP standing on the feet. It's just the guy just neutralizes your offense and you're stuck playing his game, whatever. Knocks out RoboCop just last year. Very impressive performance. Great win. Aging like a wine. RoboCop is, still killing it to this day. Before that, lost unanimous decision to Kyle Baralho. I mean, Kyle's kind of boring. Gets knocked out by Nasruddin. Okay. Beats Vettori, beats Strickland. This was bullshit. Strickland really beat him that fight. Anyways, Cannonier's in this weird spot because he's capable of beating any middleweight. on any day. He really is. But I do think this is the fight where we see the age catch up to him. And I think this is where we do see, maybe a finish for Christian Leroy Duncan. I think it's going to catch up to Cannonier this fight, and we will see a finish for CLD. It's going to happen. CLD, on the other hand, I mean, he's on a roll. What is he on, like a 4-fight win streak, I believe? Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3. If this loads, 4. Yeah, he's on a 4-fight win streak. His last loss was against RoboCop. That's the guy that Cannonier just knocked out. And yeah, I mean he beat Rome Delidze. I mean Tulio, Eric Anders. I mean, he's beat obviously not the guys that Cannonier beat, but he's beaten, some pretty good guys. And like I said, I think he's obviously in the prime of his career compared to a guy like Cannonier at the tail end. I think this is just one of those moments where we're gonna see the torch get passed, and it's like, okay, the old fighter and the new gen fighters, like, this is the switch. Sometimes, like in the UFC lightweight division, these guys just don't want to go away, like Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier when he beat BSD, Gaethje when he's beating Ilia Topuria, and Rafael Fiziev. Like, they just don't let these newcomers get their shot, But I think this is the case at this division in middleweight with Cannonier getting older, because, it is harder to... Actually, I don't want to say that. Never mind. I'll take my statement back. But anyways, I just think Cannonier's going to get... He's hard to put away, but I'll take a finish again for CLD. I'll go CLD finish, probably like the 3rd round. I mean, he is the favorite, but I think we'll get a CLD finish. And then we could play with a lot of fights with CLD. We could put him on a lot of places. Because middleweight, kind of stale right now. We don't got much action going, but we can figure out with him. Next up, Chase Hooper versus Mitch Ramirez. I want Chase Hooper to win. He is the favorite. I think he's going to get knocked out. I think Mitch Ramirez is going to knock him out. Straight up. And I want Chase Hooper to win. But Chase Hooper, especially this last fight against Gibson, I remember he got knocked down the first round. Before that, he got knocked down the first round again by Alexander Hernandez. This was a pretty good win against Jim Miller, but Jim Miller's 600 years old, right? And then Mitch Ramirez, for example, I'm kind of confused on how he's the underdog. I know he's only 8-3. He lost his last fight, got knocked out. But bro, I had this feeling that Mitch Ramirez, it's a hard name to pronounce. I think it's just gonna be one of those situations where if Chase Hooper can't get him to the ground and he can't submit him, and I don't think he is, I think Mitch Ramirez is gonna be way stronger. I think Ramirez is gonna knock him out. That's my prediction. I think Chase's only method of victory is by, submission in the control time. And is he capable? Of course, he's phenomenal on the ground. But I do feel like Mitch Ramirez is going to be way stronger, and he's not going to let those takedowns come easily. And he's going to be lighting up Chase Hooper. I want to say for 3 rounds. I want to say knockout again, but I think I'm going to go back to that. I think Mitch Ramirez by decision. I think Chase Hooper's going to be bloodied up. I think he's going to be hurt. I'm going to take Mitch Ramirez. Next up on the card, it's a women's strawweight bout. Tabitha Ricci. I think that's pronounced her last name. Could be wrong. And Fatima Klein. I'm going with Fatima Klein here. She's a huge favorite for a reason. She's in her prime. I'm not too familiar with both, fighters. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I know everything about them. I did watch Fatima Klein. I believe her last fight. I can't remember what card it was on. I think it was on a bigger card. Yeah, against Angela Hill. It's a win against a veteran. It's always, for women's, it's always good to have a win like that under your belt. But yeah, she's 9-1. I think she's going to win by decision. I don't think we're going to see any finish. Tabitha, on the other hand, I'm not really too impressed with her. Looking at her recent stuff, I could even get to it. Yeah, lost to, I can't pronounce the girl's name. The girl that's cross-eyed, Jandaroba. She beat Amanda Ribas, okay. Lost to Jan. Beat Angela Hill as well. Beat Raquel Pennington. Lost to Lupi Godinez. Yeah, give me Fatima Klein by decision. And then the last fight on the card, that's to be the last one we're going over. I'll be frank with you guys. I don't know much of these people here. I know a couple of these guys. I know Austin Bashi. I know what's his name right here? Felipe Frank. I know a couple of these guys, but I'll be real with you. I'm not going to go break these ones down. That will be on YouTube Live and TikTok Live tomorrow. But this is probably the most hype fight on the card besides the main event, and that is Tommy McMillan versus Alberto Montes. These guys don't like each other. Tommy McMillan is like a, how do you explain it? He's like this. How do you explain Tommy McMillan? He's like this guy that's like very, like, I don't know, like he likes to party. He's out there. He's like a gangster. He's cool. You know, he's fun to watch. He's entertaining. He's on TikTok. He's doing a lot of like funny skits, funny stuff. He's a serious fighter. I mean, he's not 10-0 for no reason. And yeah, and he's good. And his UFC debut, I believe he won by knockout. Let me just double check. Yeah, he won by knockout in the first round. And then Alberto, I believe this is UFC debut. No, okay, no, he had one before. Okay, and he won by submission. Yeah, he's Alberto. He's like the fake Ilia Topuria. That's what like people be calling him because he looks just like the dude. Yeah, he's 12-1 with 7 submissions, one by knockout. He's a grappler at heart. The fight's close, almost even money, minus 165 for Tommy McMillan, plus 140 for Alberto. I've been back and forth on this. I want to say I could see Tommy McMillan knocking him out. I know I'm going with a lot of knockouts here, but I could see Tommy McMillan. If he does it, it's going to be early. I don't think it's going to be a situation like these other fights where he's going to be shrugging off takedowns back and forth, back and forth. I think the longer the fight goes, the more it favors Alberto. But I think early on, we could see Tommy going ballistic and just going haywire and just throwing everything and knocking out Alberto in the first round. That's going to be my pick. Kind of crazy, but that's just who I'm rolling with. But, yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I don't know. I know these guys. I watched both their debut fights, but I'm not too familiar with them. I'm still kind of learning, the sport, but yeah, that's my picks for the main card. I'll be going live on TikTok and YouTube for the whole card. I'm gonna do a whole watch party. I'm not gonna be able to show the fight, but you can watch my reactions to it and stuff. I'll be going live tomorrow when the card starts, from early prelims all the way up to the main event on YouTube and TikTok. Yeah, if you want to just come in, hop in the live, see my reaction to a knockout or something, feel free. It's always a good time like that. Yeah, I'm kind of new to posting on YouTube when it comes to, MMA content, like long form videos. It's not really my style. I'm very good at, not good, but like I do short form content on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, stuff like that. I'm not really too familiar with long form content. I'm still learning, so that's why the video is probably a little bit short. But yeah, this is. If you guys like this style of videos, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. If you want to see more than just prediction videos and reaction to cards and this, and that, let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I'll be down to pretty much do anything. So let me know. And yeah, that's my picks for the main card. If you want to stop in the live, stop in for the live. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you in the next one.